We are back. Hello, good evening to you all sports fans. This is Tibay at Tatag, mas pinalakas sa Pilipinas sa 33rd Southeast Asian Games updates powered by Arena Plus Sportsbook and brought to you by Signal TV, official broadcaster of Thailand 2025. I'm Boom Gonzalez, reunited with Pauline Verzosa.
Yes, good evening to you once again, partner. And of course, a pleasant evening to all our viewers who, just like us, have been keeping track of our athletes at the 33rd SEA Games. Whether you've been watching the games live on TV or enjoying the highlights on your phones or your laptops, well, we'll be giving you the latest updates on our athletes as they compete in the last few days of the biennial event.
All right, we are down to that home stretch, and it's the fourth quarter, the fifth set, the ninth inning, extra time, however you want to call it. Clutch moments na tayo every game. And every match, our athletes will compete, will be for medals. And we're here to tell you everything that happens in these events.
That's right, Boom. We're also bringing in some of our, correspondents who are at the heart of the action in Thailand, describing the scenes or talking to the players and coaches. So do join us for another exciting episode about our athletes at the 2025 SEA Games.
But before we dive into the stories, let's look at the numbers first. Here, our latest update on the medal tally as of 10:30 p.m. The Philippines remains in 6th spot of the rankings with 41 gold medals, 59 silver medals, and 126 bronze medals for a total of 226. Host Thailand remains light years ahead with 196 golds, 129 silvers, and 93 bronzes for a total of 418 medals.
Now, Indonesia is still their closest competitor at second with 80 golds, 92 silvers, and 102 bronzes for a total of 274 medals. And nested at the third spot is Vietnam with 72 golds, 72 silvers, and 99 bronzes for a total of 243 medals.
In the fourth spot is Singapore with 46 golds and 168 total medals. And still fastened at fifth in the rankings is Malaysia with 46 golds and 203 total medals. And the Philippines remains in the same spot as yesterday, but there are still a few more days of events where key medals can be won. And hopefully, our athletes can help us with a late rally to once again reclaim that fifth place. Now, our athletes will have several chances to do just that and add to our medal tally tomorrow. Starting with the Gilas Pilipinas men's team, who are just one win away from defending our gold medal in men's basketball. The Philippines is marching to the gold medal game, but Indonesia gave the national team all it could handle before Gilas Pilipinas escaped with a hard-fought 71-68 victory in their semifinals clash this afternoon. Trailing by double digits in the early goings, the Philippines went to work, cutting their deficit to just a point at the halftime break. That's 33-34. Gilas Pilipinas then surged ahead in the third quarter and even took a 68-52 advantage midway through the payoff period. Indonesia tried to mount a late comeback, but a clutch free throw by Robert Bolick with just 7 seconds left sealed the win for the Philippines. 30 Ravenna led the team with 16 points, while Jamie Malonzo added 13 points and Ray Parks contributed 13 points also for the Philippines, who will meet host Thailand in the gold medal game tomorrow.
Well, that's been a theme for the men's team, right? Boom,
Good point.
Slow start in other games, but they turn things around in the second half.
Yeah.
But there was actually a late scare in the game earlier. There was that 14-0 run by Indonesia, but I love the composure of our Gilas.
Yeah, you're right about the slow starts, which they're hoping to address after that very first game, but it kept happening and kept happening. It's usually that first quarter. It really didn't look good. I actually wanted to shut off my laptop after the first quarter. That's how affected I was, but you know, we made that run, and we had a cushion, a big cushion, but also that last run, as you mentioned, by Indonesia gave everybody a scare. Yeah, I guess konting pampa-excite para dun sa mga nanood dun sa venue dahil ang dami-dami rin nanood.
Of course, it was like our home turf with a lot of Filipinos coming out to support in full force.
Not tomorrow, though.
Oh, yes, it's going to be against a host country. So this is a sign for all Filipinos in Thailand to please come out and support Gilas Pilipinas. All right, but earlier in the day, the Gilas Pilipinas women's team also booked their ticket to the gold medal game after defeating Indonesia in the semifinals. The Philippines exacted revenge against the team that denied them the gold 2 years ago in Cambodia as they took down Indonesia 66-55 in the semifinals to secure a spot in the gold medal game. The Gilas women's squad seized control early on, taking a 30-16 advantage at the end of the first quarter and never looked back, giving the Philippines a shot at its third gold medal in women's basketball. Casey De La Rosa led the team with a double-double, 21 points and 11 rebounds, while team captain Afril Bernardino added 14 points, and another veteran in Janine Pontejos chipped in with 10 points in their victory. The Philippines can reclaim the gold medal with a win over Thailand in the finals tomorrow.
Right, a couple of players from National University also joined them in the game today. I was watching that one. Also, Indonesia, by the way, the defending champions, if I'm not mistaken.
Of the 2023
right?
SEA Games.
Excuse me. So they were a spunky bunch, but yeah, we looked good. We looked good in this game. I really enjoyed the way we played this game. If you guys caught it, and if you haven't watched them, well, we got a complete cast tomorrow. Coach Pat, good luck.
Yep.
Good luck tomorrow for the gold. And speaking of claiming the gold, the day began with Alex Eala winning a gold medal in women's tennis, and was in dominant fashion, which was a perfect way to cap a year of breakthroughs for the rising tennis star. Eala dominated Thailand's Mananchaya Sawangkeo in straight sets 6-1, 6-2 to win her first gold at the Southeast Asian Games after a strong opening set. The world number 52 was tested in the second frame with a score tied at 2-2 early on. But the 20-year-old responded in a big way, winning the next 4 games to stamp her class and give the Philippines the gold. Eala wraps up her campaign in Thailand with a gold medal, a bronze from the mixed doubles event with Nino Alcantara, and another bronze medal from the women's team event. It's a fitting ending for Eala as she started the 33rd SEA Games carrying the flag during the opening ceremonies and ended it carrying the flag on her shoulders again after winning the gold medal. You could not have scripted it any better. We were doing the show this morning, Pawi, and just towards the end of the show, I think the score was around 3-2 or 4-2 just at the end of the show. So we were getting all riled up here. And then we stayed on to finish and watched it here in the big screen to finish the job.
Yeah.
It was such a great game
It was
for
definitely a perfect moment. I got goosebumps just seeing Alex Eala when she realized that she won the gold in that match earlier. And that image of Alex carrying our flag after the final will no doubt be on our minds even after the SEA Games are done. And now to tell us more about her victory is one of our correspondents in Thailand. We have Denise Tan tonight. Denise, well, you were right there at the heart of all the action. Tell us what was the atmosphere like inside the stadium when Alex Eala won that gold medal.
Good evening, Boom and Pauline. Pawi, I can totally relate. Kahit kami lahat doon, nagka-goosebumps kami because as we all know, 26 years of waiting ended on the Southeast Asian Games' biggest stage. Alex Eala delivered a historic gold medal for the Philippines in women's singles tennis, ending a decades-long drought with a dominant 6-1, 6-2 victory over Thailand. Eala controlled the finals match from start to finish, showcasing her poise and power under pressure as she carried the weight of national expectations. Sabi niya kanina, the win for her, it was more than just a scoreline. It was a breakthrough moment for Philippine tennis. With this win, Eala becomes only the third Filipina to claim SEA Games gold in the women's singles and the first to do so since 1999, marking a long-awaited return to the top of the podium for the country. Eala added that the victory also highlighted the uniqueness and the significance of the Southeast Asian Games where athletes compete not just for themselves, not just for the medals, but for national pride. An atmosphere that resonated deeply with Eala because we all know then na yung mother niya, si Riza, won the bronze medal at the SEA Games back in 1985, and that was for the 100-meter backstroke. Now, while the moment adds a defining chapter to Philippine tennis history, Alex's journey just continues on. She said she now turns her focus to the international circuit with preparation set for the Australian Open. And Women Pawi, as we know, this win was a long time coming, forged through years of sacrifice, her discipline, and her belief. And again, thanks to Alex Eala, the Philippine women's singles tennis has its champion once again.
Yeah, you perfectly described it, Denise, by saying national pressure, national expectations. She's had this kind of a year.
Yep.
So, syempre, there was that, the highest ranked
Expectation,
player in the Southeast Asian Games. So, there was that weight of expectations, and she pulled through, and it's the best way to end the year for her. Nakausap niyo na ba siya, Denise? Is there anything that she said that we haven't,
I'm sorry.
seen? Sorry, Denise, can you still hear us?
Boom, sorry, can you repeat your question? Is there something that...
Yeah, was there something that, she told you guys when right after the match when you had the chance to actually speak with her?
Well, I was asking her about her podium moment kasi nung pinapatugtog yung lupang hinirang, visibly, I saw her, she got emotional. At ang sabi niya, parang matagal niya na daw itong pinapangarap to be able to give that glory to the Philippines. Iba daw kasi yung feeling ng panalo, when she's out there doing the world tour. Ito, yung SEA Games, it happens every 2 years lang. And then the whole country is behind you, cheering your name, cheering the country. So she knows it's even more significant because it's not just Eala. It's not just the Eala family she's representing, but also the whole country na ang dami pa. Alam naman natin, each and every game day, lagi natin hina-highlight din yung mga fans na bumabiyahe ilang oras mula sa iba't ibang parte ng Thailand. Yung iba nga, lumilipad pa mula sa Pilipinas. So, Alex was just so grateful. She was so happy, really.
Yeah.
She was so gracious about everything that's happening, especially after getting that gold and finally being able to carry that flag and sing the national anthem in front and with all the Filipinos there.
You know what's so admirable about Alex also is that every opportunity she gets to
Yeah.
show her Filipino pride,
Right.
she takes advantage of that. As we
Agree.
saw earlier, Alex carrying the Philippine flag, even in her previous wins,
Tournaments,
she
yeah.
was speaking in Tagalog in
Yeah.
front of this international crowd, right? So congratulations, Alex, on your gold medal. Truly historic moment for the Philippines. But for now, thank you very much for sharing all those updates. That was our correspondent, Denise Tan, wrapping up Alex Ayala's victorious campaign in women's tennis in Nontaburi. Of course, Alex came in with a lot of expectations, as Denise said, and she delivered and gave the Philippines another gold. And as we always say, she's truly built for moments like this.
All right, so mission accomplished na si Alex Eala, but we have other athletes who are still set to compete, and we'll tell you more about them when we return here on Tibay at Tatag, mas pinalakas sa Pilipinas sa 33rd Southeast Asian Games updates, powered by Arena Plus Sportsbook and brought to you by Signal TV, official broadcaster of Thailand 2025. Coverage of Team Philippines at the 2025 SEA Games continues here on Tibay at Tatag, mas pinalakas na Pilipinas sa 33rd Southeast Asian Games updates, powered by Arena Plus Sportsbook and brought to you by Signal TV, official broadcaster of Thailand 2025. Today was another busy day for our athletes in Thailand as they continue to fight for medals.
Well, one of the teams who also competed earlier today for flag and country was our men's football team.
The team made history by reaching the semifinals of the Southeast Asian Games for the first time since 1991. And we're looking to make more history in the battle for bronze against Malaysia. Unfortunately, the team fell short of the bronze earlier today, losing to Malaysia 2-1. The Philippines fell behind early on with Malaysia's Salahuddin Hakimi scoring the first goal in the 28th minute before Rosli Azim scored an own goal, allowing the Philippines to equalize. Azim, however, scored another goal for Malaysia in the 4th minute to give the lead back to the squad. The Philippines had some chances but could not find the back of the net in the second half, resulting in a narrow defeat. Nevertheless, our men's football team still managed to make history by reaching the semifinals after decades of absence. That's tough. Very tough. Especially riding the emotion and the momentum of last night's victory.
goal of the Filipinas.
So obviously you want to continue to win, just like I think what happened with hockey, diba? But it is what it is, and it's a tough gig. And we went up against a team that's also a powerhouse.
A very formidable team.
And regional powerhouse.
Yeah, and it might sound cliche, but there's nowhere to go but up, right? Every time you find yourself in this kind of situation. But we're still very proud of our men's football team for making history, for reaching the semifinals after decades of absence. All right, but aside from that, aside from our rising star, Alex Eala in tennis, our basketball team and football teams, well, other athletes also saw action for the Philippines today, with some of them clinching medals and adding to our tally. And I will give you a rundown of just some of these athletes, and we start with men's softball, where our RP Blue Boys claimed the gold for the Philippines after beating Singapore in the final. Now that is our 9th gold medal in the event. And Michael Vercomaling also adding a gold medal in the modern pentathlon in the triathlete event, while windsurfer Denver John Castillo ruled the men's under-19 IQ foil event to claim another gold.
We have some lows and then we have some highs. That's just how it is. For our silver medalists today, we have 2 wrestlers in Aliyah Rose Gavales and Arian Geraldine Carpio, who finished second in their weight classes in women's freestyle. And we also have Shira May Aranzado, who bagged the silver medal in a modern pentathlon triathlete event.
Now, 2 more of our windsurfers took home bronze medals today in Arian Angela Paz and John Harold Madrigal, while another wrestler in Rhea Grace Cervantes will take home a bronze in the women's freestyle 53-kilogram class. So, of course, congratulations to all our new medalists. It's been another solid haul for the Philippines today.
Yeah, and hopefully we have a finishing kick in the last day and a half, just so we can, or almost 2 days, so we can kick up our total, not only to maybe that 50 mark, but more importantly, get up to, and hopefully also, the team in front of us, which is Malaysia, right?
It is.
Slows down a little bit. Come on, guys.
So that we could finish in the top 5, right? We're 5 gold medals away from Malaysia. They have 46. We're at 41. But as we mentioned earlier, lots of important games tomorrow. We still have chances.
Kaya sana tulungan din tayo, Malaysia. They start slow down, okay?
Malaysia.
Don't be in a rush. Come on. Another team that saw action today is our Las Pilipinas men's volleyball squad. They took on host Thailand in a semifinal match tonight, with a spot in the gold medal match on the line. Unfortunately, the team could not overcome an undefeated Thailand team as they absorbed defeat in straight sets, 20-25, 19-25, 21-25. Even though the Philippines kept all 3 sets competitive, they were unable to prevent their second loss of the tournament after dropping their previous match against Indonesia. Fortunately, Las Pilipinas men still have a shot at taking home a medal when they compete in the bronze medal match tomorrow against Vietnam. And a win would give the country its 6th SEA Games bronze at the event. It was a tough loss for our Las Pilipinas men's volleyball team against Thailand, but they can still end their campaign with a high, or on a high rather, with a bronze, with a win tomorrow.
Yes, well, that's why it's very, very important that we keep supporting the team and to tune in to their bronze medal match tomorrow. And now, to tell us more about the Las Pilipinas men, let's talk to one of our correspondents in Thailand. Joining us tonight is Bea Escudero Bea, okay, what can you tell us about the mindset and the mood of the team following their loss earlier today?
Hi, Boom and Pauline. You said it exactly right, Boom. It was quite a tough loss for Las Filipinas men's earlier as they went up against host country Thailand for the semifinals in just 3 sets. After that match, we were able to speak to team captain Brian Bagunas, who shared that it was a mix of different variables: service errors, unforced errors, Thailand being able to read their offensive combinations very, very quickly, and also the energy of the whole team. He said that it was like they were not fully present, even adding that there was sort of a lack of confidence from the whole team throughout that whole game. He did admit, though, that after the recent stint in the FIVB Men's World Championships, it felt like the pressure got way too much to the point that their whole demeanor was defected against Thailand. Well, you know, Boom and Pauline, this game held a lot of significance for the host country, to be specific, because if you remember back in 2019, when the Philippines hosted the biennial meet and won the gold, our national team won against Thailand in 3 straight sets as well, despite being one of the powerhouse teams for so many years. So this game was sort of like a redemption game for Thailand. And just like what Brian mentioned, Thailand looked motivated, they looked hungry to advance to the finals. And for Alas, it's all about just looking ahead. And, you know, they still have to remember that they still have that bronze medal match against Vietnam to look forward to, which is tomorrow as well. Boom, Pauline?
Yeah, you saw the pressure actually not just in the Thailand match. Actually, I think it started in the match against Indonesia. And
Yes.
you said it, Bea, that prior to this match, there was a different kind of demeanor. And I think it's that they could not get over the chances that they had against Indonesia. But yes, you did say there is something to look forward to tomorrow. So what is our prognosis for tomorrow's battle for bronze against Vietnam, another tough team in our region?
Well, you know, for one, Coach Angiolino Frigoni didn't even want to entertain questions just yet ahead of their bronze medal match tomorrow. But for Brian, you know, he did mention that it's all about regrouping right now and reminding one another that the job is not done. You know, it's time to lock in. It's forget about this match and work for that bronze medal. This situation isn't new to these guys. You know, I'm sure that will definitely fuel them to make up for tonight, and we are with them, right? Hopeful that tomorrow they can stand on that podium. And so right now it's just about locking in, you know, looking ahead and just focusing on that, because against Vietnam earlier, we watched that game prior to their match against Thailand, and it even reached 5 sets.
Yeah.
And you know, it went down to the wire once again. It was back and forth, especially towards the end. So they will be a very tough team to beat, but I'm very hopeful that Alas will really be taking this loss with them to reach that podium tomorrow and bring home the bronze.
Yeah, hopefully they shake it off.
Yeah.
That's what it is. They shake off the juju from the last 2 matches so they can, regroup and recover.
Well, I love how even Coach Frigoni is locked in, not entertaining
definitely.
any questions.
Oh, yeah.
He's all in. He wants to get that podium. He wants to get that medal tomorrow. But for now, thank you very much for joining us and giving us that report. That was one of our correspondents, Bea Escudero, who just gave us a recap of the match of our Alas Filipinas men's team and a preview of what's in store for their battle for bronze tomorrow.
Now, that match is just one of several events that Team Philippines will be seeing action in tomorrow, and we'll give you a taste of those upcoming events for our athletes when we come back here on Tibay at Tatag. Mas pinalakas na Pilipinas sa 33rd Southeast Asian Games updates, powered by Arena Plus Sportsbook and brought to you by Signal TV, official broadcaster of Thailand 2025.
It's an extra challenge on the water, and Filipinos are diving into extreme water ski ready to make waves. Team Philippines hit Rabbit Lake in Thailand, showing skill in slalom ski, wakeboard, and the newest SEA Games event, wake surf. The Philippines clinched a bronze.
In sports, you win some, you lose some. And for the Volleyball MLBB teams, it's a bittersweet closing day as the men's team bags the gold and the women's team goes home with the silver. Marking the Philippines' fourth straight gold in men's MLBB, the Volleyball men's team swept the finals versus Malaysia 4-0. This is the second SEA Games gold for Carl Nepomuceno or Carl TZ and a first for his teammates and coach.
Sobrang proud ako sa kanila kasi kahit na first time nila dito, parang mga veterano talaga. As in, naman talaga veterano na naman talaga sila. Pero sa SEA Games kasi first time nila kaya first SEA Games sila, naka-gold agad. Kaya ang galing.
Hindi ko pa siya alam kung paano i-express pero sobrang saya and sobrang tuwang-tuwa lang talaga sa mga Pinoy na pumunta dito sa Thailand para i-support kami.
Meanwhile, it was a heartbreaking loss for the Volleyball women's team who fell to Malaysia in Game 7.
May paghihinayang po kasi mas maganda talaga kung nag-gold kami. And yun po.
Silver pa din, medal pa din siya at least. Pero parang pangalawa ko na po kasi ito kasi kaya mas lamang po talaga yung sakit.
Despite the loss, the team expressed that they cherish having another SEA Games ride together. Truly embodying Lakad Matatag, it has been another year of a valiant and brilliant show of the Philippines MLBB prowess. And this is not the last we'll see of our Volleyball men's and women's teams. It is just the beginning of their Lakad Matatag, not just in Southeast Asia, but in the global stage. For MLBB, I'm Doreen Soy Baguio reporting from Bangkok, Thailand. Tibay at Tatag, mas pinalakas na Pilipinas sa 33rd Southeast Asian Games.
Thank you, Doreen, and welcome back. You're still watching Tibay at Tatag, mas pinalakas na Pilipinas sa 33rd Southeast Asian Games. The updates powered by Arena Plus Sportsbook and brought to you by Signal TV, official broadcaster of Thailand 2025. Okay, Doreen, of course, covered the whole esports scene in Thailand and watched our Volleyball men's and women's teams take home a gold and a silver medal. And I think that for her personally, that's her second straight year being at, I remember very much 2 years ago when she was also the one pretty much covering them and assigned to esports. So
Doreen should also get a gold medal.
I was
for
just
doing a
about
great
to
job.
say, an honorary gold medal at the very least. Okay.
All right, and now from esports, we set our sights on our athletes who will see action and compete in different disciplines tomorrow, Friday, and can win, hopefully, more medals for the Philippines.
Yes, and we start in the afternoon in women's beach volleyball. Here we go. The Philippines aims for its first gold in the event when they battle host Thailand 2:30 p.m. Then at 3 p.m., 4 of our boxers will try to punch their way to gold medals, including Olympics bronze medalists Ira Villegas and Yumir Marshall, as well as J. Brian Baricuatro and Flint Tara.
Now, a little later at 4 p.m., as we mentioned, our Alas Pilipinas men's volleyball team wraps up their campaign with a battle for bronze against Vietnam. And our Gilas Pilipinas women's team will then try to recapture the gold when they face Thailand in the gold medal game at 5:30 p.m.
And at 8 p.m., we have the Gilas Pilipinas men's basketball team who will defend our gold medal when they battle host nation Thailand in the finals. And you can also join us earlier as we give you a preview of the Gilas Pilipinas men's game before they fight for gold once again.
Well, since we can't be there in Bangkok, hopefully they can join us for that pre-game show. I'm sure we're all going to be tuning in, but all of those matches that we mentioned are either gold medal matches or battle for bronze matches. So there's going to be a lot of pressure for our athletes tomorrow, but we know that they've trained for this and they are built for moments like this.
All right, here we go. It's an exciting time to be a sports fan, rooting for our athletes, and there's no shortage of events featuring Team Philippines. And you can start watching from morning until evening because we have so many teams and athletes fighting for medals. And of course, You can catch all of our athletes and more at the 33rd Southeast Asian Games coverage on One Sports, One Sports Plus, RPTV, and Signal Channel 261, as well as the Pilipinas Live app and One Sports YouTube channel.
Or you can also support our Filipino athletes by visiting and logging on to our website, arenaplus.ph, for users 21 and above. Do check out our community page for other updates as well.
And it's been another day filled with inspiring stories from Team Philippines at the 2025 SEA Games here on Tibay at Tatag. Mas pinalakas na Pilipinas sa 33rd Southeast Asian Games updates powered by Arena Plus Sportsbook. Bring home the win, support our national athletes as they represent the country at the SEA Games. I'm Boom Gonzalez.
And I'm Pauline Berzosa. And with the 2025 SEA Games now down to its last couple of days, let's continue cheering on our athletes in Thailand as they fight for more medals in different events. But that will do it for us here. Thank you so much for joining us. Good evening.